Hi, kindergarten friends. I know I haven't seen you for a really long time because we haven't been in school together, but I wanted to read you a story even though we can't be together in the library. And in case you're wondering, this is my kitten Flurry, and she may be appearing a couple times during this. Let me just put her down. So today our story is about a book character that we've read before, and I think it was one of your favorites. So I want you to think about books that we read that had an animal as the main character who was always getting in trouble and making bad decisions. Can you think of one? Hmm. His first name might be something like an animal you would see on the farm. There's a hint for you. Well, if you thought that maybe we'd be reading Pig the Pug today, you are right. I got a new Pig the Pug book called Pig the Tourist. Now let's talk about that word tourist for a minute. How many of you have ever traveled someplace that isn't your home? If you've gone on vacation or gone to visit a relative that lives in a place that you are not from, you've been a tourist there, especially if you've gone to see some of the sights and the interesting things that are in a different city or state than where you live here in Bethel Park. Our author today is Aaron Blabey. Now, look at Pig. He is all ready for vacation. He's got his hat, he's got his Hawaiian shirt, he's got his bag strapped over his shoulder, and he's got his camera all ready to take some pictures. Oh, let's imagine what kind of trouble he could get himself into. Oh, now this says International Passport. It looks like it belonged to Trevor, but Pig took it. Now, if you're going any place that isn't the United States, like Mexico or over to the United Kingdom or to Ireland or Spain, you would need to have a passport. And here it says name. Well, it was Trevor's, but it's scratched out and says Pig. It says age. Pig says none of your business. Breed. Pug. And signature. Instead of Pig, Trevor, he wrote over right over top of it, Pig. Are you ready? Let's find out what he gets into. Ooh, now look at this. What kind of fish do you think this is? It doesn't look like one you would keep in an aquarium or fish tank at home. Do you think it might be one we'll see later in the story? Do you think it looks friendly or maybe not so much? All right, now before we get started, are you in a nice story position? Hands in laps, crisscross applesauce. Here we go. Pig was a pug, and I'm sorry to say, when he went on vacation, he'd cause great dismay. Ooh, if you cause dismay, do you think people are happy or not so happy? Just looking around at what's going on, things getting knocked over, I'd say not so happy. You could make careful plans to ensure happy travel, but Pig would destroy them. He'd make them, ooh, sounds like it's going to be a rhyming word. He'd make them unravel. Look at all this. Pops flying out of the soda cart. The cab driver looks very upset. The balloon man as we're chasing after him. And, oh no, I'm sorry, that's the hot dog man. He's got his tongs. And Pig is driving the hot dog cart like it's a go-kart with behavior so bad it is hard to describe. He would dampen your trip. He would ruin the vibe. Oh, look what he did to that polar bear. Horrible. He'd break all the rules and flaunt all tradition. Causing disaster was Pig's big ambition. Even in places of wild celebration, he'd somehow create absolute devastation. Look at all the dancers for Carnival. What do you think that is? Does anybody know what that is? It's a very famous historical place. Does anybody know about the Sphinx? That's what that is. If he could shatter some ancient taboo, he wouldn't think twice. That appalling Yehu. I don't think that sounds like a very good name to be called. Parties, parades, and processions got wrecked in a blizzard of chaos and foul disrespect. Do you see the dragons? Do you remember we probably talked about that for Chinese New Year? His insensitive antics would ruin your stay until the locals would gather and shout. What do you think they're going to say? Hooray? Yay? Go away! But that wouldn't stop him. I don't know, if I think I saw all that chasing me, I'd probably quit and get out of there. He'd rock. The Mona Lisa attacked. Do you know what that is? Do you think it's a painting? He'd roll. Leaning Tower of Pisa destroyed. Oh my, I wonder what country he's in now. I wonder if anybody knows. Till his rollicking horseplay spun out of control. 9 News, chaos at the palace. Queen shaken, not stirred. Look, he's even chasing the queen's corgis. Horrible. Unbridled and vast his need to offend. But every wild party must come to an end. Yes, if you treat locals with little regard, they'll come back to bite you. Do you know what it says here? It says no swimming, and it says it's a kind of fish that starts with a P. Ooh, let's see if you can think about that. What kind of fish has sharp teeth and starts with the letter P? I wonder if you know. And boy, they bite hard. Look at all of them. Did you figure it out? The piranha, look, they bit Pig right on the bottom. These days it's different, I'm happy to say. He's learned not to ruin a whole holiday. But let us be honest, the truth I must tell. Although he might try, look at his bottom all bandaged up. Pig does not travel well. Where is he here? Do you think he's in a car, or is it that an airplane? Here it says first class. Oh, look what Pig did. Oh, horrible. I don't know about you, but if anybody gets to travel this summer, I hope it isn't with someone like Pig. Boys and girls, I've had a really good time reading to you, and I'm happy that my little kitten Flurry, stayed out of the rest of the story. I hear her rumbling around back here. I don't know what she's getting into. I will see you next week with another story. Take care, my friends.